Hi everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. In today's video I'm going to talk about CPTSD, and in particular I'm going to focus on the fawn response. Now if you have a fawn response, this means that you are a people pleaser. Fawning is an adaptation that we use when we are children in an unsafe environment in order to stay safe. If you, for instance, experienced abuse in your family home, if you had a parent who was constantly angry, or a parent who constantly shamed you, or you generally grew up in a very unsafe environment, then fawning is something you would have done in order to protect yourself, in order to make yourself liked more or accepted more. When you have experienced trauma and you show traits of a fawn response, then this means that you are either a people pleaser, you are very appeasing towards others, or you chronically avoid conflict. And how do you heal from the fawn response? So the fawn response obviously leads to codependency, but it also means that you may end up controlling others because you think that you always know what's best for others. And your focus is always on pleasing others, on doing what others tell you, because this is what your family taught you when you were growing up. You may have had an emotionally immature mother who constantly needed you to help her with her emotions. She constantly needed you in order to self-regulate. She put everything on you and expected you to be her therapist or her spouse. So the fawn response comes from that. It comes from pleasing the parent in order to keep them happy, because that is the only way that you felt that you were loved. You were only loved when you did something for the parent. And if you didn't do something for the parent, then there would be punishment and there wouldn't be any love. So there would be the silent treatment, or there would be gaslighting. Internally, when you are somebody who has the fawn response, you are always highly anxious. You are always hypervigilant of what people are thinking, and you are fearful of what people may be doing or thinking. You don't want to create conflict, so you're terrified of conflict. You don't want to do something wrong in case somebody has a go at you or tells you off or is aggressive towards you. These are all normal things for you to feel when you grew up in an abusive home. And if you have the fawn response, you also tend to ruminate and overthink everything. The funny thing is that people who actually fawn usually appear as if they're quite laid back or quite easygoing. And when they were young kids, they were viewed as very mature for their age, which was also applauded by others. And it's something that I think generally is very much rewarded in our society. Now, what is something that individuals that have the fawn response struggle with? People that have the fawn response very much struggle with boundaries, because as children they were not allowed to have any boundaries and they had to just go along with what their narcissistic parents wanted, or they had to maybe pretend that things were really not that bad. The first step to healing from fawning is to understand that you also have needs, and you need to understand what your limits are. If after a lifetime of saying, yeah, sure, whatever you want, if you're always just, letting other people choose for you, you're always saying yes to everything, well, what is the first step from healing all this? It is to look at yourself and think, what do I want? What do I need? What is important to me today? I need to practice saying no. I need to practice looking after myself first. And on occasion, if I can help, I will. But you need to remind yourself that you come first. You need to unlearn your childhood programming. You are no longer going to be a people pleaser. You are no longer going to be codependent. You are going to work on this. You are going to try and do the best you can in your recovery to improve this. You're going to set yourself tiny little goals, and each day you are going to work on them. Even if it is just saying no to one person, then you can do it. If you're not aware of the 4 trauma responses, then please check out Pete Walker's book, From Surviving to Thriving. He talks a hell of a lot about CPTSD and the 4 trauma responses, and his book has been an absolute miracle for so many people recovering from dysfunctional childhoods. That is the end of the video today. Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in, and I will see you very soon. Bye.